Veliki pozdrav gledalcima Moje Arene. Dobrodošli u novu epizodu koja je za nas posebna, jer smo imali čast da ugostimo jedne od najboljih hollywoodskih glumaca. Svima je dobro poznata Olga Kirilenko, Bondova devojka, a sa nama i Oliver Trevena, koji je glumac, veliki sportski fanatik i čak drži i jedan klub u svojoj rodnoj Engleskoj. Hajde da čujemo njihovu priču. First of all, it's our great pleasure that you're today part of TV show Moja Arena, and I'm so excited. I have a lot of questions to ask you about sport, your career, achievement. I hope you're in a good mood.
Yes, go for it.
Today we are in Metropole, but you're in Belgrade for some time. You're filming Misdirection, and if I'm right, it's gonna be by the end of the year, right?
Yes, we'll be finished by Christmas.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Otherwise, we'll be here for Christmas. No.
Okay, it's an excellent thriller, an extraordinary team that you're working with. But if I'm wrong, you two are not collaborating for the first time.
Nope.
No?
No, we filmed a movie earlier this year called Paradox Effect.
Can you describe the experience of working with the most beautiful and talented woman in the world?
Yes, very easily. It's an absolute pleasure. I mean, for me, it was the last project in Italy was a very fast-paced project. It was about, I would say we were in probably 95% of the movie together. So it was a lot of work and we just clicked. It made life very easy. She's a pleasure to work with. There's no ego. She's fun. She goes into every day with just a smile and a pure intention to do the best project, but also treat people very well, which in any industry is extremely important. So I'm very lucky to be, making a second project with her.
I can guess that you have only good words for Oliver.
Only good words as well. Yeah, that's why I'm here, by the way. So Oliver, we worked on this movie Paradox Effect, and after that he reached out. He said, "Look, I'm producing a film and starring in it as well." And he said, "Would you be my partner? The lead female on the film I'm producing?" And I said yes immediately because of the person that Oliver is. It's purely that, I don't just say yes to, left and right, and there's a lot of things coming in, and I cannot do everything. And Oliver is also such a good person and so friendly to everyone and so respectful, which is very important in our profession. He also treats people, I'm repeating, but he treats people amazingly well on set. He's smart, he's funny, he's easygoing. What else do you need? So I thought, look, it's only going to be, pleasure to work with him. So I said yes immediately. That's how you get things done, right? It's you meet good people and then it happens.
I can't agree more.
We should stop the interview now. This is perfect.
this is enough.
That's all we need. This is it.
This is not your first time in Belgrade. You were here while filming November Man with
That's right.
Brosnan. How do you feel Belgrade?
Yes, it's great. It's a very different season because when we filmed the November Man, it was summer. It was like July, I think. It was so hot. It was like beyond 42 degrees, I think. I didn't even know that Belgrade could be so hot. And now it's -2, so perfect. I've experienced, it was a long time, so I haven't, that was like, 10 years ago, that movie. And I'm glad to be back. I love the people. I love the crew. The crew is great. They're so nice to work with and kind and helpful and professional. So it's so important to work in a good environment. Nobody wants to struggle or work with people that don't want to be there. And on our set, everybody wants to be there. Everybody's happy.
So I can feel that energy.
Yeah, that's how you make better products because. Right? Yeah. If you're happy, you make a bit better result.
Yeah. I mean, sports, you talk about teams. It's the same thing on a set. If you've got you could have the most amazing team, but 2 bad players and the team falls apart. And I think for us on a project like this, it's a quick shoot. We're getting a lot in one go. We're on night shoots. We film the entire movie at night. So we work night after night. And, nighttime, when you look outside and it's dark, everyone wants to be in their bed. So people have to be positive. They have to, energy. It's everything. So I think for us in Serbia, I mean, Olga just sent me a message yesterday, like literally said we should film every movie here. I mean, the people are so nice, the people work so hard, and they're so good at what they do, you know, and it's I think communication, the crazy thing is, on this set, the communication across the board on the set, it's been so good in a place that isn't, you know, you speak Serbian, we speak English, but the communication is the best. Yeah. So it says a lot about the people here, you know.
But I have to ask you about nightlife because you were spotted in Lafayette. How was it?
Yeah. More fun for her.
Were we spotted?
Lafayette. Is that true?
Yeah.
That wasn't me. I don't know. It's someone who looked like me who went on stage.
It was an Olga Kirilenko lookalike.
Crazy lady.
Stage, yeah.
Okay, are you more for a nightlife or maybe some daily routine in good environment and good crew?
Oh my God, I'm so not alive. By the way, Oliver is like, Olga, I'm so sorry, but this movie, we're gonna shoot nights. He knew I hate nights. I hate nights because at night I want to sleep. Yes.
Yeah.
But Belgrade is for nightlife.
I know, but
and the sad thing is we haven't got. So we've worked every night. Last night I actually wasn't working. They were working, and I went to explore the ruins, and I walked around the city, and I was because my parents were here a week ago. We saw nothing. I was just walking around this area, and I went out, and I'm like, it's so beautiful. And I realized that it really is a city about nightlife. The bars were popping, the place was crazy, and yes, Lafayette. It was. I mean, we were saying we've got to recreate this somewhere else. That it was so
we were
fun.
blown away.
The performance and the choreography and the diversity of like suddenly an opera singer to then the Joker on a motorbike to then a lady with a snake around her neck. Like it's
gymnasts.
Yeah, it's so creative. And then there's a bathtub on the set. You know, it's so creative. It's very, very impressive.
Šta čitam? Soccerbet. Pravi igrači na pravom mestu. A sada na svakom mestu. Kako? Na preko 1000 moj kiosk lokacija možeš da uplatiš depozit bez provizije. Isto to u Alta Pay na oko 800 lokacija. Topina. Čekate i bonus dobrodošlice i takmičenje za stan u Beogradu na vodi. Moramo da kažemo svima daj da snim. Već smo snimili, a? Pravi igrači na pravom mestu. Na svakom mestu.
I also need to ask you about our cuisine because we are all known as meat lovers. So what do you most like when it comes to food here?
It's true that I ate lots of meat here, you know, which I don't eat that much meat usually, but it's the cuisine is very good. The only problem is that we don't have time to really discover all the restaurants because most of the time we eat on set and it's very quick. But even that, like the catering is clearly local and it's pretty good. But we cannot tell you about like this and that restaurant. Like we've discovered just Lafayette, and I had lunch at Madeira, which was exquisite as well. Yeah. So these are the two places I can speak about. And
by the way, same for me. I went to Lafayette, and the last night I had dinner at Madeira.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
really?
But it's the food has been good. Yeah, it's been a really like pleasant experience across the board. You know.
As I said, we are well known as meat lovers, but we are well known as a sport nation. So I need to talk with you a bit about sport. And no, I'll start with a lady this time because you're considered as one of the most beautiful women in the world, and you have a great shape. And I doubt it's only genetics. Are you working or not?
Oh my God, Oliver, now she knows me.
Okay, you're not practicing.
It is just genetics.
It is genetics. Well,
I can
sorry.
by the way, I can vouch for that because I don't do it either.
Confirm.
I'm always like, you want to go to the gym?
I'm like, no.
You're like me. I don't like that either.
I am sorry, but it's just genetics.
But I think the thing is, truthfully, we you know, when we're on set together and we're on a location, the amount of walking, action, things on set, that's your workout.
I mean, I move, but I move during my life, and I'm quite you know.
But wait a minute,
but
I heard from our dear Dragica from Spa down there that you come to a swimming pool.
Oh, I came once.
Okay. That means that even swimming is not your...
I did come twice for a massage, and that's it. But yes, I mean, I like pool, but you know, I don't swim a professional style. I just kind of like, it's for relaxing. But look, with that said, sport is important, and I think now I hit that age where I realize wait a second, I should do it not for the shape, but for my health. This is where I realized, because I lived my whole life without sport, and don't get me wrong, of course I've done so much action films that I had to train. It's true, I'm not going to say I've never trained, but I've trained sporadically for a precise project. So I'll train while I shoot, and then the project is over, and I do nothing. So I do it in chunks, but not on a regular basis. However, now I'm thinking, movies apart, I'm going to have to do it on a regular basis, just for me to keep, to keep young. I mean, you have to. And it only hit me with age. I didn't know about that before, because before, when you're young, you think, I'm fine, I don't need to do anything. Now I'm thinking about it. So times are changing.
Is it possible that you cannot influence on Olga?
I've tried. We do go, well, I mean, look.
You got me to gym once.
I've got to the gym. I think the biggest thing for me is I work out more for, I mean, I love fitness, but the gym part is purely for my mind. Like, if I get up in the morning, especially when we're on a night shoot, it's so easy to go home at 4 a.m., sleep, have a coffee in the room, stay in the room, and go back to work. So for me, the gym or going for a walk outside is more for the mental side. And then sports for me, I was just saying it earlier to someone, for me, in a life where we're so consumed by our cell phones and content, and sports for me bring me back to the present moment. They bring me back to, if I'm on a football field, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just thinking about football. I'm just playing football,
I'm 100% sure that you're the type of the man who won't skip practicing, even though you'll practice in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm pretty much, although I will say, I've realized on this shoot in particular that sleep is extremely important as well. Like, in the past, I'd maybe sacrifice a good night's sleep to go to the gym, and that's never worked well. On this shoot, I've really found a nice balance of making sure I get sleep, doing enough exercise to, maintain a good mindset and life, and then, the rest is easy.
Somewhere I read that you were saying that you need your mind and body strong and healthy, but is there any time that you're tired and you want to skip everything? How do you find motivation?
To be honest, I think I have one of those minds. My mind every time wants to skip it. It's not, it's consistent. I don't wake up and, I'm not that guy. I've never been that guy. I don't wake up and think, oh my God, let's go to the gym. My first instinct is stay in bed.
Don't wake up.
But it's just, for me, it's always about like that moment. With anything in life, when your mind says don't do it, you push against, you take action, and then the rest plays out.
That's what I need to learn. Because my mind says the same, and I follow my mind.
Also,
stay in bed. Okay.
Stay in bed.
And then I'll message and be like, get out of bed,
like,
get out of bed.
Else, coffee.
But is it true that you love boxing?
No, I love martial arts. This is, by the way, if I had to work out, this is what I would do. I cannot do machines and stuff. I need to be with other people, by the way. And martial arts is always against someone else. You cannot do it by yourself. And I love communication and connection. So yeah, I can. Anytime you tell me let's go sparring, and I'm going.
She's very competitive. Even on a set, when you're like, hey, we have the stunt person, she's like, no, I can do this. Like,
Olga, don't do that. Don't do
that. The trick is, I should say, don't go to the gym, and then she go to the gym.
Yesterday I was doing a stunt. Well, actually, I wasn't doing the stunt, but I started falling off the stairs. But I was acting. And they came to me, they said, are you okay? I said, guys, I was acting. They said, oh, this was so natural. We thought you just went down the stairs. And I went without protection and everything. They said, you're crazy, but I just love doing it. So I kind of love it, but I like it when there's a sense and there's a...
When there's a challenge.
Yes, otherwise just gym, there's not enough challenge for me.
And maybe not enough fun.
Exactly. So yeah, martial arts anytime.
Šta čitam? Soccerbet. Pravi igrači na pravom mestu. A sada na svakom mestu. Kako? Na preko 1000 moj kiosk lokacija možeš da uplatiš depozit bez provizije. Isto to u Alta Pay na oko 800 lokacija. Topina. Čekate i bonus dobrodošlice i takmičenje za stan u Beogradu na vodi. Moramo da kažemo svima, daj da snim. Već smo snimili, a? Pravi igrači na pravom mestu. Na svakom mestu.
And that's when we came to the point of your role within James Bond movie. What kind of preparation you took? What is necessary to be a Bond girl?
Yeah, that was very heavy into sports. We were in the gym all the time with all the stunt guys. It was Daniel and me. They were training us, and they trained us like every single day. That was like such a shock to my body. You know, when the body is not used to working out. I remember the first 2 weeks I was just like falling off my feet because the body has to process fatigue. And then I just became stronger. And I was during those times, I was very resilient and very strong. I even remember those muscles. I had muscles, everything.
I mean, I lost
boxing,
it all. Kicking, judo,
we did everything.
Required.
We did everything. Yeah. Everything.
How did you do that?
But with the crew, with the stunt crew, there were a lot of those guys that were just training us. That work for Bond all the time, by the way, because they always use the same team, and they know what they're doing. They're all into sports and
there
stunts.
Was Daniel Craig.
Yes, but he was doing his thing and I was doing my thing. But yeah, it was quite intense what they had me do, like really.
Oliver, let's be honest. I'm not sure you would be able to fight with Olga during that period.
No, I don't fight with her now. Really, most stuff we've had to do is we're not fighting each other yet. So,
not yet.
Let's keep it that way.
Okay.
Next movie.
Preparing for a movie can be very demanding. Can you share with us one of your toughest roles?
Yeah, I did a movie in Ukraine actually, which was like a medieval project based off a book, and I had to be on a horse and with a sword. And I might have gone into the audition telling them that I've used a sword and been on a horse before, which is something that actors tend to do. So the training for that was very hard. I remember like literally the stunt team sent me home with a wooden stick that I stood in front of the mirror and I had to just practice my movements, and it was hours and hours, and it was, it's a lot of, when you're on set, you have to be so comfortable, because when they say action, you can't, if you're thinking, you're not in it, as soon as the mind kicks in and you're thinking about what you're doing, you're no longer real in the moment. So I think the toughest challenge is when you're learning a new craft for a role is getting so comfortable with it that you're not thinking anymore. And that's tough because it's something new that you're just learning,
Especially the horse. How about the horse?
Yeah. I got thrown off a couple of times. True story. Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
If you're not a horse rider, it's pretty tough.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought
I've done that too, and it was terrifying.
I know, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
We mentioned martial arts and boxing. You're also good at boxing, right?
I love boxing. Yeah.
Is it because of filming, or you just wanted to try?
No, I've loved boxing since I was a kid. I think for me, it's something. Same with football. For me, it's things in life that take you in, I don't know what term you use in Serbia, but people talk about the flow state, where you're present and you're in your flow. Boxing for me does that. Football for me does that. Tennis for me does that. Anything that anything that keeps me in the present moment, I think is amazing for the body and amazing for the mind. So for me, I love boxing because you can't. If you think about something else, you get punched.
Do you watch box regularly? Do you have some boxer you love, or you're just?
No, I mean I do watch boxing regularly. I mean, I don't know. Boxing's changed a lot. I've started watching a lot of UFC now. I think for me, I think I don't want to offend anyone. I think I used to prefer boxing
earlier. Okay. Aside of martial arts, one more common thing for both of you is hiking, right?
Yeah, I love walking.
LA, we call it hiking, but it's more like walking up of halfway, People say they're going for a hike, but you're drinking your coffee and you're walking.
Yeah, that's one thing. I can walk for miles.
Yeah.
That is the best workout because it's not an effort, it's just pleasant. And you just, you look around and it's beautiful.
It's a great meditation.
And you don't realize that you're actually working.
And now we're coming to the probably most popular sport in Europe and here also in Serbia, and that's football.
Yeah.
I don't know how about you. I know that you are in football since you were a kid, and we're going to talk. But are you watching football anytime?
No.
I can leave now. Okay. Continue the interview.
Okay. A few days ago.
I'm sorry, guys.
She's going to go take a break.
We're going to talk about
I'll watch
else.
ballet. I'll watch ice skating. To each their own.
We're listening. You want ballet?
Gymnastics. I'll watch martial arts. Football.
Okay. I have someone to talk about it.
Too.
And 2 days ago there was a
Manchester
match.
City Red Star. Yeah, I didn't get to go. I would have gone to the game if I wasn't working.
We heard you
but I
were
was working.
invited.
I was invited. Yeah, but I couldn't make the game, which was a shame because it was fun. I watched the highlights.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Considering that you're from United Kingdom, I suppose it's not possible that you don't have a favorite club.
No, of course. I mean, if you don't have a favorite club, you don't have many friends. You know, you have to. It's like you pick your club and you get your friends. Liverpool is my club, but also Brighton's my local club. So now Brighton have worked their way up. You know, we go. My parents go to every home game in Brighton. But I grew up. We used to drive. My dad used to drive to Liverpool. From our home, it was probably 5-6 hours each way to the games.
Wow. And I'm for Arsenal, you know.
Okay, I don't mind Arsenal. They're good.
Tell me, you're from East Essex, right?
Yeah.
Is in your region the biggest club Brighton?
Brighton is the biggest club now, yeah. And then our local club is Eastbourne, which is right there, which actually I bought. I'm a co-owner in Eastbourne Football Club.
And how much time you're in it? Can you have it?
Yeah, I go back quite a lot. I go back to the UK a lot, and I went to see the guys probably a month or so ago. I went to a game, and you know, it's for me it was part of my upbringing. So I love football. I love football of all levels. You know, whether it's a team in the South Division to Premier League, I love football because people are so passionate about it. You know. Yeah,
and can you describe us from the first hand? How is the atmosphere? How does it look supporting in England?
What's the atmosphere?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like it is people's life. You know, it's what you grow up with. It's people's football is everything. You work. You work Monday to Friday to save up money to buy a football ticket to watch the game at the weekend, to then drink beer after the game, to then go back to work on Monday, and you repeat. You know, it's football is so important, and I think there's an element of football that brings people together. You know, there's the sport side, and then there's the community side, and I think that's why it's so big. You know.
Maybe I need to get into football.
Yeah, you should.
You're like getting me.
The most amazing thing about football is, I live in LA, and football still brings people together there, Wherever you are in the world,
even though the football in America is not like in Europe.
There's no language needed in football. You can drop me off in Africa, and I can pick up a football, and someone will start playing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it.
Maybe I can ask you if you meet some football player. Do you know some football player? No? Okay. We're going to stop about football.
By the way, there's probably a lot of football players that have her on the wall.
Yeah.
They have her
actually, I have a story. I actually have met a football player once, a very famous one. And you know what in LA at a party, and I came up to him and said, "So what do you do?"
Oh.
And people said, "Olga,
can we know the name?"
And I'm not going to tell you who it is because I'm so ashamed.
Okay.
This is how bad I am. I said, "What do you do?" The guy is like the most football player in the world.
Oh, I'm interested now.
Yeah.
Like nasty
you can ask her after.
Something like that.
Crvena zvezda.
Yes.
I can read
It's amazing.
Wow.
And you have your
Oh my goodness.
I love it. By the way, number 10 is the number I wear as well.
So
it's the only number I wear. It's number 10.
That's great. You love it?
Michael Owen was one of my favourite players. Number 10. This is amazing.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I think I like any sports player, actor, business person, whatever they do in life. When you see their passion for it, you can't help but love them. It's because it's real. It's what they're doing it because they love it. They live and breathe it. And I think Novak is. That's him, you see it. And so you kind of root for people because they're rooting for themselves too,
For me, it's ballet, gymnastics, and ice skating. It's just anything graceful and I guess, I'm more into that.